Hey everybody, it's a nice sunny morning. Thought I'd do a video on this beauty. This is a 1993 Chevy Silverado K1500. It originally came with a 6.2 liter diesel engine, but we now have a 6.5 liter diesel engine in it. But that's not the real purpose of this video. The real purpose of this video is how to delete the EGR valve on a 6.2. Now you're probably thinking, well, wait a minute, he just said 6.5 and he's talking about a 6.2 EGR valve. Well, as it comes to find out, you can interchange all the drive belt accessories as well as the intake and other, you know, the intake and stuff like that, the injector pump, the injectors, the injector lines, all that stuff you can interchange on a 6.5 and a 6.2. Well, the difference between is the 6.5, when it has the turbo, it has a different style intake. Because your intake, your air cleaner sits over here, then you have your turbo, and then you go to your intake. Or 6.2, it's just straight drop down. But, like I said, you can interchange them. And the there it is. 6.5. And I got my fingers coated in oil. Hang on a second. Alright, I'm back. Now, the purpose of deleting the EGR valve is to allow the intake charge to be cooler, which translates to a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more power buildup. And two, you don't get that god-awful heavy-duty sludge built up as fast on the intake. And for those of you that have had a Chevy diesel from these years, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Plus it makes taking the air cleaner off that much easier. But before we put this engine in, we had an intake gasket set from a 6.2 rebuild. And the intake gasket set, it came with two sets. One was standard and one had the EGR passage blocked off due to a plate. Now you can use that, or if failing the point you can't find those intake gaskets, you can do this step as well. And it's held up pretty good. But what I did is I removed the EGR valve, and I think these are either half inch or 9/16 bolts, or whatever the metric is equivalent. I took these out, removed the EGR valve. Then what I did is I got some plate steel, about, oh shit, what is that? 1/16 of an inch. Thicker the better, but because otherwise, if you go thicker, you won't have to use washers or whatever. But anyway, I took some plate steel, traced the outline of the EGR valve, and cut it accordingly. Marked my holes and drilled for them. And then I also had some thick bar steel. Now you probably will need to use this as well, or use a very thick plate. And then I sealed it down with some red RTV sealant. That's for high temperature, because, you know, diesel high temperature. And a couple washers, with one exception. This one I had to trim. As you can see, it's not perfectly round. I had to trim it so it would clear this, so the air cleaner would sit on top of it. But that's pretty much all there is to it. And then you just reassemble it, let everything cure, and bada bing bada boom, you deleted your EGR valve. And well, I don't know if you can see in there, I don't have my flashlight with me. But before, every time I'd swipe my finger in here, it would come back with a heavy sludge due to that EGR valve. But since I did that, yeah, I don't get that much sludge. And also this is a contributor to the sludge buildup. But if you have your EGR no longer functioning, the intake charge stays cooler, the gases in here won't build up as, or whatever comes through here won't build up as bad. I know I'm probably making very little sense, but oh well. You get the gist of what I'm saying. And if you have any questions or need a clarification, put a comment or a question below the video. It's a lot easier to type than talk sometimes. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much it. And I did this about, let me think. About 3 months ago, I think it was. And I've been happy with the performance. It's been running great little engine. And if you're wondering what that is over there, that's a glow plug override switch. That allows you to, flip a toggle switch and keep your glow plugs on in extremely cold weather, so you can get your truck started faster. But anyway, I guess that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't like it, thumbs down. I don't care. And if you got any questions or comments, like I said, put them below the video. And if you want, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day.